What's up guys, it's Trevor and Tate here with the Embers Golf channel. Today we have something cool. What do we got going on here, Tate?
Well, we finally got in our Mizuno fitting cart. So we can do full-blown fittings. We have all the different shafts.
We've been waiting a while for that.
Yeah, we're excited.
We're excited because we're gonna start doing our own fittings in-house. Tate and I are personally gonna be doing them.
Yeah.
We're starting with our guinea pig, Brian. Brian's our operations manager here. He just happens to need a new set of irons, so we figured might as well roll the footage and get rolling. Let's go.
Get them fitted.
Let's go. All right, real quick, check this out. New Ember swag. So we basically took our fireplace, our barbecue logo, spiced it up a little bit with some golf stuff. These new Milan hats. Tate's got a new shirt on. The Embers Golf logo. We're ready to go. Let us guys let us know if you guys need some swag.
Yeah.
Anyways, so the Mizuno fitting cart. We basically have all of our iron heads here. Got a strike plate, which we don't really need a strike plate in here because we can tell if we're hitting heavy on the toe or the heel with our GC quad. But the coolest thing of all is we have a clipboard. That's essential. Very important. No, just kidding. Have all of our different shafts, and we're pretty much ready to roll, huh, Tate? Just get Brian loosened up.
Yeah.
Get him loose. If he wants to hit a few.
Sure.
You feel loose?
Pretty much ready.
You're ready. Okay. So we'll just show you. We're gonna do a video on the heads here. So essentially, we have the 3 pro heads. So we have the 221, the 223, and the 225. The 225 is the easiest to hit out of the pro heads. And then these, I mean, they're all gonna be for guys that are a little more advanced, but these are a little bit out of my pay grade. But specifically, and probably what we're gonna fit Brian into, is gonna be the hot metals. So we have the hot metal high launch, the regular hot metal, and then the Hot Metal Pro, and then 2 new models came out today, the Forged and the Tour. So there's 5 heads in the Hot Metal lineup. No offense, Brian, but those are probably above your pay grade, so we're not.
I would agree. I'm a 90s golfer.
90s golfer.
I'll take that.
Okay, so we'll kind of walk you through a fitting process. That'd be one thing we would ask is so if you're a 90s golfer, what'd you say, about 15-ish handicap, roughly?
Yeah, I think my best round's probably mid-80s.
Yeah.
Occasionally, you know, you break that 100, 105 mark.
Oh yeah, that'll happen.
Average in the 90s.
After a 6er or something, you'll go 105.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
So Mizuno has this really cool proprietary fitting process where we can run this on our device. And we have a Bluetooth shaft that we're gonna connect here, which is basically a shaft optimizer, which is gonna tell us what type of shaft that Brian is gonna need. So let me just actually watch it. This is the way we'll do it in a normal, I play golf with Brian, but if let's say we had a customer coming in, I would just wanna see him hit a couple shots before we give him any type of clubs to hit, just so I can start to get an idea of what he's dealing with. Yeah, just grab a 7-iron. Let's just see how you hit a 7-iron, normal 7-iron. And what are you carrying your normal 7-iron?
Carry probably like 180.
Okay, rolling out to about 190. By the way, we're set at altitude, so these measurements are at our Denver altitude, which is about 5,200 feet. So our simulator's set to that. So when you say, man, who hits their 7-iron 190? It's probably because you're not at this altitude. At sea level,
in Colorado, you might.
Yeah, at sea level, you're gonna drop at least 10%. You know, depending on the air quality, how cold the air is, things like that. So the first thing we wanna do is get him into the shaft optimizer. So what we're gonna do is begin our shaft optimizer, and we just need 3 shots from Brian, and they don't, so when that turns blue, all right, you got 1 minute to hit a shot. No practice swings or anything.
You can take a practice swing, just no impact.
It doesn't need to be in the simulator because all the data is coming from the shaft. We don't really need anything from the actual simulator right now.
Nice. And now it'll go red. It should go red for a second. Then once it's blue again, solid blue, you should be ready.
Yeah, once it's red, don't move it. There you go. Okay, so I'll show you this on the iPad. So essentially the data we're looking for is toe down, tempo, club head speed, kink angle, and release factor. So those are all rated on a scale 1 to 10. So if you're right in the middle, you'd be around a 5-ish or so. Now release factor is how quickly he releases his hands. So usually the lower that number, the better he is at sort of compressing the golf ball, which usually the better golfer you are, the better you are at compressing. You're at a 2, so you're compressing the ball pretty good.
Yeah, I think most of the average is 4.5, I think.
Gotcha.
So tempo is a 6. So I'm just kind of saying this so right off the bat when I'm fitting somebody, I can sort of formulate what some of your needs are before it even gives me your recommendation. So if your tempo is too fast, it means you're kind of jerky at the top, which means we got to slow that down. So to slow that down, we're going to put in a heavier shaft usually. You're right in the middle, so you're a 6. So now what we'll do is we'll select, I'm just going to say for starters, you're going to need just the regular hot metal. Okay, we're done with that Bluetooth optimizer. Okay, so here's the shafts it's recommending. It's recommending the Dynamic Gold 120X stiff shaft. Because you're in the 80s club head speed, it's gonna put you in a stiff shaft. But first, before we do that, what is your height?
Call it 6 foot.
Call it 6 foot. I think you're 6'1".
6'1"?
Yeah.
I'm in between.
All right, now we need a measurement. You want to
How
measure
do I turn
him?
this off, Trev?
Just hold the power button in, brother.
So hang your arms nice and loose.
Make a fist.
Can you?
Oh,
You want
sorry.
me to measure?
Go ahead,
Measure?
go ahead, go
And
ahead.
With your left hand.
Just
your left
micromanage.
hand, Just ball it up into a fist, but don't change the height of it.
Get the pinky.
Pinky down?
No, just fist it.
You don't do anything.
32 inches.
32, I mean, you got long arms.
I do.
32 inches. Okay, so this is saying, all right, they want you to go up a 1/4 inch. And then it wants us 2 degrees upright. So tell them what the upright means, Tate.
So if you're more upright,
Show them on a club.
Yeah.
Club head.
so the more upright you are, is going to be like this. So if this is the ground here,
We need a new clipboard.
if this is the ground here, the more upright you are, is going to hold the club this way.
So what it's telling what Brian needs, which is common, I had the same problem being a little taller, is it wants that the toe of the club 2 degrees upright. So it's hopefully when we're striking, we're getting a flat strike.
Yeah. The goal is to have the bottom of the club flush with the ground at impact and working through that.
So if we didn't have our simulator, we could use this strike mat with a piece of masking tape to tell where he's hitting, and that would manually tell us.
Yeah.
However, we just want you sticker that up.
Okay.
We put our 4 sensors, we'll get all that data right here. So hopefully with that 2 degree upright, he's generally hitting pretty flat on the turf. So now let's go back to our shafts and we'll build this club out. So we need the Dynamic Gold 120X.
The more upright your club is, the further left it's going to help you guide. So Brian's natural shot before he messed with his grip is a natural fade. So the more upright it is, the more it's going to help him pull it a little left, which should help your fade. Because everybody wants a little bit of shape to their shot. Nobody wants the goal to be straight all the time.
Okay, I just want to see 5 shots with this, and it generates a recommendation for the top 3. So let's try them out. It's not always dead on, but so far, I mean, I've been fitted, Tate's been fitted. The number one it recommended was the one we ended up going with.
Yeah. See that when that toe's down, I think it's going to naturally help you move it a little bit left. Project XLZ 6.0. I like
So
that shaft.
hold on, let's see. I want to see here.
203 carry, it's more than,
Yeah, I mean,
a lot more than.
good ball speed. Yeah, I see your toe is still down. So without that 2 degree, yeah, but that's normal. So without that, you'd probably be 6 or 7 degrees down, which would be way too much. So you had a little fade on that. I mean, it's almost, you started left, but almost right back on target line. But it'd be even more exaggerated without that.
Man, that would be like the perfect little fade if you could do that every time.
Right.
What did you think of that, those first 5?
It felt good contact, like hitting it nice and crisp.
Yeah.
You can kind of see they're kind of sprayed all over.
But everything's starting.
On a 15 plus handicap.
Yeah.
You're going to have inconsistency.
Everything's starting left though, so I want to try something here in a bit.
That one was really well struck. Yeah.
So what we're going to do is we'll do the third shaft that is recommending. Then blindly we'll get Brian to give us his opinion of which one he likes the best. Then we'll compare the data of the three on our simulator, see which one's giving him better stopping power or backspin, better ball flight, descent angle, carry, all that type of thing. Ball speed. Ball speed can be affected by the shaft and everything. So let's do one more shaft just to be thorough. You know, you don't necessarily, if he could be like, oh yeah, I like number 2, but if you're gonna spend $1,500 on a set of irons, we wanna take our time and make sure we get it right.
And right now it's like, I know you're probably thinking, let's mess with the club head a little bit, but this whole section that we're in right now is just the shaft. Right. And once we find your shaft, then we'll let you try some other heads.
Because the shaft's the what, Tate?
It's the most important part.
Most important. And we're gonna tell you at the end of the video why it's so important as an amateur to get fitted. One, it's a no-brainer because it's the same exact price as buying it off the shelf. It doesn't cost you any more. Here, it's not gonna cost you any more.
No, you come here.
You're paying the same price as if you bought a stock set. So if you're an amateur, one, you need all the help you can get. So the first thing you need to do is get into the right equipment.
There you go, that one sounded really good, Brian.
All right, so there's your 15 shots. You didn't, I mean, I'm guessing there's not a huge difference between the 3 shafts. You seem to strike them all fairly consistently. So the first one, you had the fastest ball speed. Basically 5,000 RPMs of backspin. Carry 195, a total of 214. So little softer on the second one, 117 miles an hour, but more backspin. So that shaft created a little more backspin for you. 182 and a 200-yard carry out. Third was the worst, by far, in every category. So I don't like the third one for you. I'd say between the first and second one, I don't know if it's a bad thing that the second one didn't go as far because you don't need your 7-iron to go 214. And it had more backspin. But you said you liked the feel of the first one better?
Yeah.
We're kind of zoning in on the first shaft, I think, more than anything. But now what I want to try is, if you look at the driving range behind me, every single ball started out left, every single one. So Brian's a 15 handicap, but this is why now we're going to talk about the actual head as being important in the fitting too. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put Brian into the pro head, so you can see the difference between the regular head and the pro head. The pro head's a little bit thinner profile, a little bit less forgiving, which is going to sound bad, but the regular one, stock, is more offset left to combat the slicers.
Help the amateur slice.
So this is going to be less of an offset, which if you're going left, I don't think you need that offset. So let's try the original shaft with the pro head, see what we think of that. All right, let's see 5 shots with that. Another good one.
There you go.
See, but that's going to end up actually a little right. Still started out left, but.
So the 2 up is like this, right?
Gets the toe up.
Moving the toe up.
That's still, I mean, you're fat, but you're 180 yards on center, right on line. Personally, out of those 2, I think even though those are a little less forgiving, you're going to benefit more from it not being offset. You know what I mean? Because, I mean, you're probably really going to notice that unforgiveness in the 6-iron, 5-iron, a little bit in the 7-iron. But I think the offset's going to hurt you more than the forgiveness helps you. You know what I mean? For fun, let's just try this bad dog out. Oh, that's sweet. Look, that's your highest ball flight yet. That's because it's 30 degrees. How'd it feel?
That's a 184-yard carry.
It's pretty soft, huh, when you hit it.
Everything about that club feels good, unless you miss it.
Okay, so part of the reason I wanted you to hit that is that's a 30-degree club, and that was your highest ball flight. And in general, with that club, you're having better backspin. We want our backspin around 6,000 RPMs. That higher ball flight's gonna give you what on the green?
Stopping power?
Yeah. You're gonna, so what I would say is we have the ability, this is a 27.5 degree or 28.5 degree. We can set this 2 degrees weak. So we could basically order this as a 30.5 degree, which is even a half degree weaker than that. So the reason I would recommend that is this was carrying out about 212. You don't need your 7-iron to go 212.
No.
No. You probably ideally want it more like the 180-ish, right? 190?
Yeah, 190.
Yeah.
I could stay right
So
there.
2 degree weaker is going to give you a better ball flight, better backspin, and better stopping power.
And
So-
I think keep it from that pole. It's going to help you with that pole.
So if you were to buy these today, what I would get you into would be this Dynamic Gold 120S 300, the Hot Metal Pro head, 2 degrees upright, 2 degrees weak, a 1/4 inch long. That would be your setup. So I think it proves the point that's why it's so important for an amateur. We just tweaked, what, 1, 2, 3, 4 different things.
Yep.
We tweaked the shaft, we tweaked the length of the shaft, we tweaked how weak the club is, and whether it's upright. I need to stop saying tweaked too.
Yeah.
It's
One too
annoying.
many times.
Yeah.
But not only that, you also get your choice through Mizuno specifically. You get your choice of a dozen grips.
Yeah, we got some
That
grips
they don't
right
upcharge
here,
for.
right here, brother. Why don't you
So-
give some of these a feel, Brian? See what you like. You got big hands. You could even go a little mid-size. You like a mid-size? That might help with your pulling left a little bit too,
So let's see here.
versus a stock size.
Yeah, it keeps you from getting too handsy.
That's standard right there.
And then they also offer the +4.
Yeah, so the +4 is cool
Oh, that's yours there. Your
because the +4 doesn't taper. So it's a standard size grip with your left hand, but your right hand, the grip is thicker. So if you struggle sort of coming over the top with too strong of a grip on your left hand, it can help with that a little bit.
Because instead of funneling, it stays thick all the way through.
But the choice is yours.
You get your choice of colors even. You can get the
And you
blue,
can
the
change it,
gray.
Like if that wasn't working for me,
Yeah.
I could change that.
Yeah.
pretty quick.
Easy fix.
Yeah.
Easy fix.
Sweet.
We're being salesmen to Brian, even though he knows we're salesmen.
Yeah, I've worked with these guys a long time.
If you were to buy these clubs today,
Yeah. Yeah, we
card
didn't
would
tell
you
you about
use?
the deal.
would you use?
1 day special deal on these things, Brian.
We'll be sold out by
How long
tomorrow.
would it take to get it? If
10 days.
10 days?
You'd have to order today if you want in time for Las Vegas.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
We are heading to Vegas, by the way. Stay tuned for that. We're playing the Win and TPC Las Vegas. Going to be doing some course vlogs out there, hopefully, and that's in a couple weeks. So, little side point. So that's our fitting. You can see it's a pretty easy process. What is that? 30, 45 minutes.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty intuitive. It's pretty extensive, and most important, it's going to get amateurs in the right equipment. I think too many times amateurs will go out and spend $5,000 on a new bag, or they'll go out and drop $600 on a new Stealth and literally just buy it off the rack. But you got to get fitted, and so
Especially with a brand like Mizuno, you could go into Golf Galaxy. You could go to any big box store. I won't name anybody. You can go to any big
you
box
said
store.
Golf Galaxy out loud.
I started to, my mistake. You could buy it for this exact same price off the rack, or you could come see us or your local fitter, and they'll fit you, customize it, and it's not changing the price. So why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you wait the extra 2 weeks and get it fitted to you?
All it's going to cost you is an extra 30, 45 minutes of your time. And you get to hang out with us.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Yep.
Anyways, that's the fitting video. If you guys want to come down and get fitted, you can obviously get fitted from Mizuno clubs anytime. Just call and schedule an appointment with us. If you're new to our channel, make sure to subscribe, like, follow us. Our showroom also has a separate barbecue and fireplace channel. We'll include links below. Check out our awesome reviews on our barbecue stuff.
Yep.
Don't forget, if you guys want some swag, hit us up. Bunch of swag is starting to come now that we
Yeah.
got the logo finalized.
Yep.
And I think I look pretty good.
Yeah, Yeah.
You look great.
Thanks, brother.
So, you look good, you play good, you feel good. Nope, it's backwards.
You got it though. You said all the main things.
Yeah. All right, we'll see you guys next time.
See you guys next time.